Hello and welcome to Archie Luxury's Luxury Channel. Today I want to talk about beggars can't be choosers. And what do I mean by this? Well, I'm talking about watch collecting and buying stuff second hand. And look, I've received a lot of correspondence lately from people who've said, oh look, what's the price of this second hand? What does one of these cost? And I've got to tell you, if you're buying second hand, you can't be so fucking choosy. Now let me put that into perspective. I mean, I've had a lot of people who come to me. The other day I had a good client, well, a good viewer from my Archie Luxury channel. He said to me, oh, what does a white gold Jaeger Culture Reverso Sun Moon go for? I mean, fuck. I mean, the last time I handled one of those was 6 or 7 years ago. I mean, fuck, they're so rare and short. You know, it depends what's available at the time, and it depends what you're prepared to pay. I mean, the other thing is that you look at something like my Patek Calatrava, and you could say, well, okay, what does a white gold 5107, 5127 cost? And the answer is it depends on how many other fuckers are available at the time. And I mean, a white gold Patek, sure, you can get a white gold Patek or a Calatrava, but fuck, it may not be that model. And this is the whole thing. You're buying second hand, you got to find the bargain at the time. I mean, you got to be patient. I mean, if you've got no patience and you just want it and you this and that, well, fucking pay retail. That's what it comes down to. If you're going to, if you're going to buy second hand, you got to know the market's a two-way street. It's supply and demand, my friends, and I've got quite a few people who've lost sight of that. I had someone the other day who said, oh, what does a white gold day-date Rolex President cost? Well, what can you get one of those? And I tell you honestly, I worked for a huge watch dealer, and I only saw 3 or 4 of them in a couple of years of working for him. I mean, they're rare fuckers. And I mean, to be picky and say, I had one customer who said, oh, yeah, look, I've got this watch in. Oh, no, sorry, I want a different coloured dial. Oh, I want this dial. I want that dial. And I'm thinking to myself, man, you're a fucking picky fucker. You're buying things second hand. You can't be that choosy. You gotta be saying, oh, okay, that's okay. That dial is not there. I'll get it in this colour. Oh, that's not that valuable. I'll get it here. I mean, fuck me dead. The thing I can't believe is people think that, there's a smorgasbord of stuff there. Now look, for most Rolex watches, sure, they're commodity type items. You work out what model of watch it is. You work out, what versions. There's usually with different, like a Submariner, you'd say, do you want a ceramic one, or do you want the older ones? Do you want this or that? You work out, there's a set, there's prices are sort of set. But, I got to say this honestly to you. If you're after a special model, you're after a more unusual piece, well, fuck, you've just got to look, put the time in, and sometimes you don't get a bargain. Sometimes, this world is not all bargains. It's supply and demand. The market will change. And this is the whole thing. You've got to be prepared for that there. If you're buying a Rolex, sure, a lot of them are commodity type items. But as soon as you say, look, I want a Jaeger Culture Reverso, I want a Grande model, I want this or that, well, fuck, you can't really be that picky. It's like my Reverso Grande I've got. Because what I said to the guy who owned it, I said to him, mate, I'll give you $1,000 over what you paid for it. Now, does that mean I got a bargain? Well, I don't know. I wanted that watch. The retail is about $15,000. He bought it for $5.5 when the guy really wanted to sell it to buy something else. So I paid him $6.5 for it. Is it a bargain? Well, I've seen them cheaper. I've seen them more expensive. I'm happy. It's box papers, everything piece. It doesn't really matter. And that's the thing. If you're after a certain one, like a Jaeger Culture, They don't fucking grow on trees. You just can't pluck. I just can't pluck one out of my ass. You know, they're in limited supply, particularly the grande, you know, the bigger sized versions. They're hard fuckers to get. And this is the whole thing. You want one, you got to look around. And I've spoken to a few watch dealers, particularly ones who visit Hong Kong, Japan, Singapore, and those unusual fuckers are hard to get. There's not a plentiful supply of them. There's a few available. You pay the price or you don't pay the price. And the same can be said for Patek. It's very hard to dictate with a Patek how much, you know, you want a bargain. And I'll give you an example. This year I bought my wife a Patek 24. She really wanted one, okay? A Patek 24 is not a cheap watch. Brand new, they're about 15,000. The dealer would give me about 15% off. Okay, so what's that? That makes it about 13.5. I wanted to buy a used one. I said to one dealer, get me a used one. He said, I should get you one for about 7.5. Box papers, everything. He couldn't get it. He went to Hong Kong. I gave him a couple $1,000 as a deposit. He couldn't secure one. Went to another dealer. I said, look, I want a Patek 24. Preference is for a darker dial, like a black dial or the blue Patek 24 dial. I said, but I'm not choosy. If you get a white one at the right price, go for it. I ended up paying $76.50, no box or papers, for a black dial one. It was in nice condition. It's not, it's an honest Patek 24. Now, I could have, that's how it is. They're hard fuckers to get. You either pay the price or you don't fucking get one. Simple as that. And this is the thing. Those rarer type watches, they're hard to locate. They're not easy fuckers to get. Any sort of vintage piece like a Vacheron or an Audemars, Piguet, they're hard fuckers to get. They're hard fuckers. You want a good one? When one comes up, you grab it. And this is the whole thing there. You've got to really, you've got to be on the ball and look out for them. When you've got money, there may not be one available. When you're a bit short of cash, well, one might surface. This is life. It's Murphy's Law. And this is the whole thing. People have got to realize beggars can't be choosers. You're buying second-hand. I always am very liberal in my choices. If that dial that I particularly wanted is not available, I'm very soft and very easily put into something else. And this is the whole fucking thing. Beggars can't be choosers. I know my place. If I was a really fussy fucker and I wanted a particular watch, I tell you honestly, I really fell in love with the Jaeger LeCoultre Reverso date. I just made him an offer. I said, I'll give you $1,000 over what you paid for it. I was hedging on the fact that he paid a fairly reasonable price for it. I wanted it, and I couldn't be fucked, haggling or lowballing. I went in, made the offer, and he accepted it. And this is the whole thing. A lot of Pateks are like that. You want a particular Calatrava, you want a particular Patek model. They're not just like, Patek only makes, it's under 50,000 pieces a year. They're not like fucking, they're on every street corner. You've just got to, you want one, you pay it, or you fuck off. Simple as, these are hard fuckers to get. And this is the whole thing. And I must say, honestly, I'm sort of rationalizing my collection at the moment. I've got my Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. And I'm saying to myself, okay, I know it's quartz, okay, it's a little bit small by modern standards, but fuck. The condition is so nice. It's two-tone. I do like two-tone. The dial's the beautiful grey waffle dial. It's actually in really, really nice condition. I've got box and papers for it. Do I really want to let it go because it's flawed by being quartz? It's really quite a nice thing. I didn't pay a ridiculous price for it. And I'm thinking to myself, well, don't fuck it off, because to replace it with another Audemars Piguet is not going to be that easy. And this is the thing. Sometimes when you're looking for stuff, Beggars can't be choosers, and that's what I'm trying to say here. With most Rolexes, they are a commodity item, but you start talking about a white gold president, they're fucking hard to get. I've only seen a few, and this is the whole thing. It depends what you're chasing, and sometimes you need to pay a bit more. Well, that's just life, you know. At the end of the day, that's how it goes there. If you want commodity type items, just buy a tag, buy an Omega, buy a Rolex. But if you want special stuff, you got to hunt around for it. And you know, sometimes too, the inverse is true. I had my beautiful Vacheron and Constantine vintage dress watch. It was beautiful. I didn't really want to sell it. Someone said, "Oh, I really want it," and I said to him, "Here's a high price. Take it or fuck off." He said, "Okay, sold." And that was it. And this is how it works. Supply and demand, and beggars can't be choosers. Tell me what you think. I think for a lot of the Jaeger LeCoultre nice Reverso big size pieces, they're in short supply. Big size Pateks, they're in short supply as well, particularly in white gold. But, you know, that's just how the economy goes. Beggars can't be choosers. Tell me what you think. Are new customers too fucking fussy? I think they are. I've had people say to me in my business, you know, when I was doing watch trading, "Oh, it's perfect except the dials." I said, "Fuck me dead, mate." I said, "You don't have any understanding of, I may never get another one of those again. If you're concerned the dial's not your first preference, well, fuck, mate, you're too fucking picky." You know, and then if it did have everything perfect, they'd try and lowball it. You know, just fuck off. But there you go. Beggars can't be choosers. Tell me what you think. I'm Archie Luxury. Bye.